Hey folks, yeah, you guys, over here, it's Kilt-Man, at your Shocktober service, and unbelievably, it's a Friday, and Kilt-Man is not out. It's a Friday night, and Kilt-Man is here, within the walls of Kilt Mansion. What, you may ask, has befallen the mighty Kilt-Man? Why is he not out on the prowl and on the raz? Well, nothing that spectacular. I've got no money because I've partied like it was 1999, and now I have fundage has now hemorrhaged away completely, and Mrs. Kilt-Man has surgically removed my debit card from my person. So I came straight home from work on a Friday. It's never happened before. But when I came home, there was a package waiting for me. I love that. I used to come home all the time and there'd be packages. There'd be movies, there'd be books, there'd be a kilt, there'd be a sword perhaps, there'd be masks, there'd be something. Usually a couple of things each day. And I'd be getting little messages from home. Oh, your packages have turned up. Oh, this has arrived for you. And I'd be like, hey, coming home like a little kid Christmas morning. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, can't wait. And I come home and I didn't realise this thing, it's over here, it's over there somewhere, was going to arrive today. It wasn't due until the weekend, but hey, it's arrived. Now, here it is. Yes, it's a mask. Of course it's a mask. We all knew that. The kind of heading on the video kind of gave that away, didn't it? But I'm like, you know me. Well, you know yourselves if you collect masks. As I know a lot of you do. It's arrived in one of these. Past experience definitely tells us that there could be a disaster inside this bag. Not necessarily, could be okay, but never bodes well, does it? You want it in a box. Anyway, let's proceed. Let's proceed with this unveiling. This is one of those videos where I'm going to open this and it won't be what I expected. It'd be like, shit, they've sent the wrong fucking thing. No, they sent the right thing. Wowzers. Now, you guys know that I am a huge aficionado of Trick or Treat Studios. Yeah, I love their stuff. But I don't think they're the best mask makers, even the best mass producing mask makers in the world. They just happen to make production masks of some of my favourite characters from some of my favourite films. So obviously, I'm going to go with them. And I think they are 99% good enough for me. So I'm happy. But there is a studio out there. There is a mask producer which, up until now, well, I haven't looked at it yet, but every single mask I've received off them has been of the best quality. Detail, paintwear, sculpting, quality, just across the board, they've been genius. Genius, I tell you. And that is Ghoulish Productions. And what we have in here hails from Ghoulish Productions. So stop the preamble, Kilt-Man. Let's see what you got in the little baggie. More cellophane. Right, now, okay, this has been stoved in a little bit, but wow. It's sprung out into its shape, as a damn good mask should do. Say hello to Blood Vampire. Look at this dude. Look at this. He's got, they're almost American werewolf jaws there, aren't they? And he's like, he's really going for it, this guy. No, he's not from a film. This is one of their own designs. We have the tag here, Ghoulish Productions. They normally have a little, well, their logo is a flaming skull. Let's just see if he's actually called anything different. No, he is definitely called Blood Vampire. And you've got all the gubbins on how to look after your mask. And usually on the, yep, there we go. I don't know if in this light you're going to see it, But on the back, right there is the Flaming Skull logo. Not every mask that they produce has that logo on it. I mean, you can see it clearly is, you know, the Ghoulish Productions. And this is one of the newer masks, I think. It's certainly new to me. I hadn't come across it before. I had a bit of a perusal on their site only a couple of days ago, knowing this was on imminent arrival. And I think it's definitely one of the newer masks they've got for sale. And it is. Look at the ears. Look at the ears. Bat-like ears. You can imagine when that face, if that mouth, that maw closed over, this would be kind of like a bat creature. Yeah? See what I'm coming from? The details on the skull, lots of striations, lots of veins. They've got some almost scanner style veins. You know, in scanners when the veins go pop up on the side of the faces, Michael Ironside. The gaping maw of that mouth. It's very gory. There's a lot of blood in there. A lot of blood. The eye holes they're not filled in. There's no whites to them. They are just slits, basically. Because he's really like that. So let's dive in. Okay. Let's turn this crazy caterwauling cacophony down. That, by the way, is the score to 30 Days of Night, one of the most ferocious vampire movies you're ever going to come across. And God, I've done a big review on it as well. I think it's a great movie. There's a few flaws to it, obviously, but they're nasty, the vampires in that. And the expression on his face, I thought, yeah, he'd be right up there. It's a quite small mask. Sorry, I've got a blocked nose. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. And they're my eyes. Yeah. You can imagine, you know, Halloween night when the kids come calling. Knock, knock, knock. Trick or treat. And this goes. I'm impressed. I like it a lot. The colour of it, it's kind of like a bluish sort of grey, shot through maybe silver, cobalt. It's an unusual sort of, you know, tint, I would say. Very nice. Oh, I think I have found a slight flaw. God damn it. Just a slight bit where the paint has come away. Yeah. And before you go, that's where you pulled the tag out. It's not, because that was down there. But it does. Hey, it doesn't matter. 1 iota. You could cover that up quite easily. But there are. Oh yeah. There's actually inside on both ears. No, I'm not seeing this before. Inside the ears, you've got made in Mexico. Now, Ghoulish Productions masks and Trick or Treat ones do hail from Mexico. That's where they're actually made. And we have on the inside of this ear, stamped in, is Ghoulish Productions. So at least, you know, they've got the little logo on the back. But unlike, say, Rubies, where you've got a great big, you know, stamped in to the sculpt, Rubies, you know, masks. You know, it's a great big bloody thing sometimes. So they don't disturb too much there. That's hidden in the deepest recess of these enormous pointy bat ears. I love those. I do love those ears. And I do love his expression. He's ferocious. This guy is hungry. He's not like Count Dracula. This guy's not going to be, you know, have any sort of table manners or decorum. I mean, look at him. He's just one bite, one chomp away from being a fucking werewolf, isn't he? It is just, look at them. Look at them chompers. It's devilish, satanic at the same time. It's a great design. I do like it a lot. So we don't go too far down the back there, but you don't need to. It isn't that kind of mask. It's actually quite snug in there as well, which I was a little bit surprised about, because most masks, even though you might think, Kilt-Man, you've got a fucking huge head. I actually haven't got a huge head. What I do have though is these family trays of jowly saddlebags for the face, but the actual noggin is very, very small. But it's got, I know, it's got all this bush fucking, you know, swampland sitting atop it. But normally masks, I put them on and I can spin my head like Linda Blair in The Exorcist and the mask wouldn't move. But that is actually quite small, and it actually feels quite nice in there. Like you could do a fair bit, you know, it's not going to wobble about, it's going to sit there quite nice. Look at it. Look at his squashed in snout, and that's almost gorilla-like, isn't it? Look at that. You know, when the gorilla goes, ah, you know, and the fact, in fact, not so much American werewolf, that is actually mountain gorilla, isn't it? Take away the ears, take away all of that. Look at that. That's a gorilla. Tell me I'm wrong. Richard Attenborough? No. David Attenborough? Tell me I'm wrong. And he was one of the Attenboroughs. Come on. That's a gorilla. That's a gorilla's maw. That is a gorilla's maw. And the way the face is screwed up, that is how the gorilla looks. Okay, they've given it a bit more slanty eyes, and obviously if you've got these ears. But yeah. Give it a great big silver back. And you got yourselves a satanic simian. There's actually a bit of colour as well. Actually, you can see that. There's a bit of pink going through some of these veins, just adding a bit of contrast and just a bit of colour. Look at that brow. Whoa, you know, you're never gonna, you know, you'll stick like that. Told you. The tongue. Okay, I'll be honest. There's actually a little hole there, a little breathy hole for your nose, because that's where your nose sits. You can see that little hole there. But if anything, the one disappointing thing I'd say about this is the back of the mouth, because it's fixed in that kind of that ferocious, savage scream, roar, about to chomp sort of grimace. You kind of want a bit more detail, and there's plenty of masks which I've got. There's a couple over there where the mouths are wide open, and you've got plenty of detail inside the jaws, inside the mouth. Now the tongue is good. The tongue is really good. Look at that. Look at that. It looks like a prolapse. Why did the music suddenly cut out when I said prolapse? But so the tongue is really good, and there's a real glistening effect on it. Look at all this. It does not glisten, it gleams. But the teeth are great. Absolutely great. Loving that. Loving the paintwork on it. Loving the nose. I'm loving every bit of this. I just wished maybe there was a bit more detail going on in there. I don't know what I'd want. Do you want tonsils? A bit of bloody tonsils? Vampiric tonsils hanging there? I don't know. But there you go. As you can see, it is quite a small mask, isn't it? I mean, coupled with a costume, that'd be a great Halloween mask, that. But it's also wonderful to be on display. I'm very impressed. Guys, Ghoulish Productions, Blood Vampire. Blood Vampire. They have quite a range of vampire designs from Ghoulish Productions. One called Curtain, which I think is like after Peter Curtain, who was the Dusseldorf vampire. I mean, he was just a normal man, but he was hailed as the Dusseldorf vampire, and I think he did actually commit cannibalism as well. But the Curtain vampire mask is more akin to this. It's demonic, it's big, it's savage, it's a brute with fangs. And they do another one called The Infected, which, you know what, after seeing this, I think that one's next on the list. The hit list! So, there's a little spot of blood on the back there. That perhaps shouldn't be there, but well, it didn't matter. There's a spot of blood down there as well, actually. There's probably lots of little spots of blood. I mean, he's hardly, as I say, he hasn't got table manners, has he? This guy doesn't sit there with, he wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was born with someone's heart in his mouth. I'm impressed, guys. I'm really impressed with it. I'm going to put it on again. Indulge me, if you will. Makes a good hat as well. We're in. It does encourage growling, actually. It's like claws now. There you go, folks. Blood Vampire, Ghoulish Productions. Excellent quality. Brilliant design, good firm latex. Now you saw the bag this came in, and you saw how it was squashed in. And I didn't have high hopes. I thought, I'm gonna have to do some work on this. And you saw how when I opened the bag, ba-doing, he pops out. Almost perfecto. So, but I have a light here, just to try to. Because when I do filming at night in this kitchen, you guys have seen it. The image it goes all like salmon pink colour, and the whites are blown out and everything. I mean, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. I just set the camera up and go, hey, it's Kilt-Man, and I hope for the best. But I thought, no, put that on, and they might get better results. Now, I think, let me know. I will improve the camera gear. Florian, whoever you are, Florian, I will improve the camera gear. I promise you. Once I've got my debit card back. Which might not be anytime soon. But there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Please, tell your friends to jump aboard the Kilted bandwagon. Let's get this thing gathering momentum. Take the world. The Shocktober Horror Festival will continue with more reviews. This coming weekend, you've got a lot to look forward to because I'm going to put a lot of content out. Woohoo! Because, for one thing, I won't be drunk. Why is it I always get a drink ready beside me and then forget about it? Anyway, hey, it's gone cold. Doesn't matter. Right, chaps. Keep it Celtic, keep it kilted. If you're out and about this Friday, this weekend, have one from me. Please think of Kilty sitting on his fat lip at home, going, wanna go out and party? But I've got my masks to play with anyway, and lots of films to watch, and then report back to you guys. So, keep it real, keep it safe, and for God's sake, be happy and keep a big smile on your face at all times. And I'm going to see you all later. Food for the immortals.